everybody, and good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Monday morning. Good to be back with you today here. Let's go ahead and jump ahead in the forecast here to where I'm at right now. It's 7:17 this morning. We are going to see quite a bit of sunshine for today in southern Nebraska, northern Kansas, but clouds will be drifting into northern Nebraska. Perhaps even some light rain or sprinkles to the north, and this will be wind-driven too. The winds are going to pick back up today. They're pretty light this morning, but they're going to be picking up out of that west and northwest direction. A little snow possible, but then kind of changing to rain as it warms up. Let's take you to 2 o'clock, and in fact, I'll back this up 10 minutes because, 15 minutes. That is pretty much where the peak of the eclipse is this afternoon. I'm sure many of you already know, but today is the solar eclipse that's going to be occurring across the country. Now, unfortunately for us in Nebraska and northern Kansas, this isn't the total solar eclipse for us like it was 7 years ago in Nebraska. 7 years ago, the path basically went from, well, I'll show you here, basically went from here to there. Well, this year the path goes from Texas to southern Missouri to Illinois to Indiana, Ohio, and then to the New England states. And so unfortunately, we're not in the path of totality, so we don't get that spectacular, amazing view that we have, which also means you have to use glasses, those special solar glasses, the entire time. You can't take those off at any time here. You'll get down to a sliver moon, and that peak of it hits about 150 this afternoon, where there's that little sliver. It'll look a little darker out there, but we're not going to get that really, really dark sky like it looks like sunset like it did 7 years ago. So that will not be the case. Now, for those that are viewing it from around here, though, there will be more clouds across northern Nebraska, more sun across the south. Still going to be viewing through about 3:30 or so, and then after that the viewing goes away as the moon gets out of the path of the sun completely, and then you'll just be looking at the sun. But clouds continue to kind of fill back into the south here across the I-80 corridor, but then they kind of break up late this afternoon and early this evening. The winds will die down after sunset. Much lighter winds, clear skies tonight. Tomorrow, a lot of sunshine and lighter winds might make for one of the best days of this week. Weather-wise, a few extra clouds in the north and northwest here, and then those clouds will be on the increase as a disturbance approaches, and that will bring a wind shift here, and also eventually a small chance of light rain or sprinkles Wednesday into Wednesday evening here. It'll also bring us a slight cool down heading into Thursday here, but a few extra clouds around Wednesday. So temperatures today, there's going to be kind of a range in temperatures. Again, thicker clouds, 40s, 50s with those thicker clouds here, and then warmer to the south and southeast where there'll be a lot more sunshine, highs into the 60s, even near 70 in the southeast. Tonight's temperatures, this will be one of the coolest nights this week with the light winds and clear skies. We'll dip back into the upper 20s and low to mid 30s. Tomorrow looks beautiful. Highs back into the 60s, the winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, and plenty of sun. A few extra clouds up here to the north and northwest where it'll be just slightly cooler. Tomorrow night, mid to upper 30s, lower 40s for overnight lows, and then jumping ahead to our Wednesday. A few more clouds around, but still getting into the 60s, even some lower 70s in the southeast. Along with that, there will be a slight chance of rain or sprinkles in the afternoon and early evening hours. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, and you can see the mild weather the next few days. There's that small chance of rain, which will be the only chance of rain for the Tri-Cities this week, Wednesday afternoon and early evening. Otherwise, more sunshine Thursday and Friday, and fairly windy behind that system on Thursday, and cooler as well. Not cold by any means, but cooler. And then look at this, 72 on Friday. How about 80s on Saturday? Some of the warmest weather of 2024 for most of us so far this season or this year. Still around 80 on Sunday. We will see temperatures come back down then early to middle portions of next week as our next storm system moves into the region. This will bring us probably more wind and maybe some rain and thunderstorms. Looks kind of comparable to what we just went through this past weekend, actually, kind of a similar type system. But of course, that's being over that a week out yet. That is still way up in the air, so there's still not a lot of certainty with the forecast. Let's take a look at the North Platte 7-day forecast for those watching from KNOP. And you can see not a lot of big differences from the Tri-Cities, maybe not quite as warm today. Still fairly windy as well. Gusts up around 20 or 35 miles per hour. Small chance of rain Wednesday afternoon. And then pretty windy again on Thursday, and then warming up Friday and into the upcoming weekend. And then you can see after that it does also cool down a little bit as we get into next week. I forgot to make the adjustments on my graphic. I apologize for that. I need to adjust that one like I have with the Tri-Cities. But you can see the cool down coming, but certainly no cold air anytime soon. Let's take a look at the European model here. And again, there's not a lot to show you these next few days. We'll show you the rain coming right here Wednesday afternoon. Sprinkles, rain, it's not much. That's why it's only a 20% chance. I don't think we'll see much. Much bigger system to our southeast. Speaking of to our southeast, let's back this up real quick here. Let's go to the solar eclipse. Right, right there. So, solar eclipse, it'll be down around Arkansas, southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, Indiana. Some clouds. There'll be more sun as you go towards Indiana and Illinois compared to the thicker clouds down in Texas. Anyway, now I'll go flash forward again. Again, the light rain possible on Wednesday. Then not much Thursday and Friday, just some wind on Thursday. And then the weekend, a few extra clouds Saturday, sunshine on Sunday, and then it's out of the weekend that we see the active weather return. Rain and thunderstorms. Look at that tightly wound area of low pressure, which could be, if that happens like that, probably a lot of wind once again. And that's something that could stick around for a couple of days. So kind of a somewhat similar system to what we just dealt with, the path and everything. But that could, of course, change, being that we're several days out yet. Let's show you the GFS model. Again, back to totality. Here's totality today right there. Again, some sunshine in the totality off to our east, but clouds probably down in Texas. For us, we get the light rain in northern Nebraska. And then Wednesday's our next chance of some light rain or sprinkles. It's not much, though, Wednesday afternoon or evening. I don't think we'll see much. Bigger system to our southeast. Then we jump ahead to the weekend, a few extra clouds on Saturday, Sunday more sunshine, and then that system Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which is somewhat similar to the European, but a little bit different. It looks a little farther north. Probably going to be a lot of wind with it, but a lot of that depends on the path too. So, yeah. So there are still some question marks to the to next week, but that's why it's still next week. It's over 7 days away yet, so a lot to figure out between now and then. But like I said, this week, most of the week is looking fairly quiet. Just that one small chance of rain on Wednesday, and a lot of mild to even warm weather ahead of us here. There will be a couple of days where the fire weather concerns will be up there on Thursday and probably Saturday, two of the big days where there will be some kind of fire weather concerns as well for our area. So, and with the lack of moisture, that doesn't help. Saturday, because it's going to be so warm and pretty breezy as well, but Thursday's wind's also pretty strong out there too. So, all right, well, with that, I'm going to let you all go for today. I want to thank you all for watching on this Monday morning. I will see you all again on Tuesday with all the latest. Take care, and God bless. Bye.